when I started, the first thing I did was to give a mock so that I can know like where I stand, like whether I'll get 70% or 80%. So at least I know what is my weak area and where I have to work upon. So I did that. Then after I think so 15, 20 days, I ordered some books. I didn't take any
Okay.
coaching at that time. Then after
Hello everyone and welcome to the brand new episode of GIBS. Today we have with us Priyal. She's from IIM Sambalpur and we are going to talk about her journey, how she prepared for CAT and what are the challenges that she faced and strategies that she employed and got this result. So I welcome you Priyal in this episode of GIBS and please tell us about your personal background and your education background.
Okay. Thank you so much, Anand, for inviting me. So, hi everyone. My name is Priyal Jain, and basically, I belong to Vidisha, which is in Madhya Pradesh. It's a very small town. So, I got 94% in my 10th standard, and then after that, I decided to take commerce as a subject in my 11th and 12th, and I also got 95.2% in my 12th. And then I did my undergraduation from Mithai College, Mumbai, and I got decent CGPA there as well. I got 8.6 CGPA. And when I was in my third year of the college, like every other student, I was also like zoned out what to do next, what to do. I was exploring different options, right? So I remember after my second year, I decided to pursue CAT. I was having two options, either I'll go for law or I'll go for CAT. So I decided to go for CAT. So why CAT? It's a major big question because I'm a fresher, and when you are in third year, you don't know what's the life after the college. So I belong to a family where my father has a business. So I have seen like how management is important in every aspect in day-to-day life. Like from supply chain management to marketing, my family has a core business background, and my brother is a product manager. So I belong to that background. So I was inspired by my father and brother to pursue MBA. That's when I decided to go for CAT. So the first thing which comes to my mind as a commerce student, CAT will be tough for me, right? Because always there is a tendency, people think that CAT has a quant section and LRDI section. So we commerce people do not have an edge over there. But when I started, the first thing I did was to give a mock so that I can know like where I stand, like whether I'll get 70% or 80%. So at least I know what is my weak area and where I have to work upon. So I did that. Then after I think so 15, 20 days, I ordered some books. I didn't take any
Okay.
coaching at that time. Then after ordering the books, I have gone through the syllabus, like what exactly CAT is, because it's more important to understand the core of CAT. Because when you'll understand, you'll realize that it's not important to study everything or to excel in every topic, right? You
Yeah.
have to make a strategy which is a personalized strategy. Then after 1 month, I decided to take an online coaching. And as my college timings were very supportive, because my college was from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. So
Yeah.
like my college timings were very supportive, and my coaching timings used to be 5 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. So
Okay.
I used to wake up at 4:30 a.m. I used to attend my coaching from 5 to 6:30, attend college from 7 to 11, then take some rest, and then whole day I used to study for CAT. So this was my basically the background and why I started to prepare for CAT.
Okay. And since you have you know worked you are fresher in this. So
Yeah.
tell us about the challenges that you faced as a fresher. Since you have talked about these three section of CAT, LRDR, and your quant and verbal. So which of these three parts you find it very challenging to deal with? Because as an engineer, I'm saying that as an engineer, whomever I have interviewed, all of them have somehow find verbal part bit more challenging. So that's why I started asking everybody this question, that which of these three you find it challenging while preparing.
Okay. So honestly, I'll tell you my story. So VARC was my strong area, and
Okay.
LRDI was like I can do it, and quant was like moderate.
Yeah.
So, but on the D day, opposite happened. So I got 99 percentile in LRDI, I got 95 percentile in quants, but my VARC percentile was not good. And when I used to prepare, I always told my parents and everyone that the only section which will help me excel in CAT would be VARC. But the thing with CAT is that on D day, you don't know what will happen, where your mind is, what anxiety you will have. So on D day, that only happened with me. As VARC is our first section, so I got anxious and I ruined that section. So because of that. And talking about when I used to prepare, my time I devoted, I guess, 50% of my time to quants and LRDI and 50% to VARC, because it might be the perception of people that commerce people have an edge over VARC, but when you look or when you deep dive into VARC, it's not that easy. So it was not like a cakewalk for me to have VARC. But eventually, I realized that as I was also having maths in my 11th and 12th standard, so I did not face much difficulty in quant section. And for LRDI, I worked upon. And VARC, honestly, I have worked upon. It was not easy for me at the start. Then when you practice, then things get easy by itself only.
Yeah, and for a fresher, somebody from BCom background, if they wanted to, start preparing for CAT, what do you suggest an ideal time for them? That like 6 months or 3 months is necessary for them to prepare for it. What do you think? What is the
Okay.
time? Yeah.
Yeah. So as a fresher, I think so it is an advantage for us, because when you work, then it becomes very difficult to balance both work and studies, because you
Yeah.
only get weekends, and in weekends also you think let's go to somewhere or let's just party, because whole week when you are working you always tend to think let's enjoy these 2 days. But as a fresher, as I said, my college timings were very supportive. So as a fresher, I used to get free by 12 p.m. afternoon. So I
Yeah.
utilized my whole time in studies. Like I divided all the sections, 3 3 3 hours. And the main thing was I was very consistent in my studies. Even though I used to study, there were many days when I used to study for 1 to 2 hours. But the thing was, I was very consistent. Even on Sundays, I used to take out some time to at least read Eon essays or read some articles so that the practice should not go. And as a fresher, I started to prepare for CAT from January onwards. Yeah, from January onwards, I started my preparation.
Okay. And now you have decided, that I am going to prepare for CAT. And the first thing that we do is go online and search CAT. And what is CAT, what is study material, how to prepare for it. And whenever you're going to search for these questions, you're going to find a number of study materials, different type of coaching, different type of advertisement that is there. So tell us about what study material that you referred, and what coaching did you take, and if you have any suggestion for the aspirant that this material is good or this coaching is good, tell us about that.
Okay, so right, every other aspirant, I also watched the YouTube video, like how to excel in CAT, how to get ABC. Like it's a human nature. When you
Yeah.
aspire for a thing, you only
Yeah.
want to go in top. So I also got n number of videos. I was very confused in starting 2 to 3 days. I only watched the YouTube videos, and I was literally like very confused what to do, what not to do. So I talked to one of my senior. Then he suggested me an online coaching, because I was in Mitibai and in front of me there was a very famous offline coaching as well. But
Okay.
I personally did not prefer offline coaching, because my friends were studying in that coaching already, and I have seen the layback attitude, like we'll go, we'll do after that. So I wanted something that so that kept me aligned with my goals.
Yeah.
So I talked to my senior, and he gave me that contact. So the coaching name was Mission Cat. Sony
Okay.
Goyal sir is there, and he only takes 100 students in his batch.
Okay.
So I took that coaching, and other than that, I also took materials from IMS and time coaching, and I also gave mocks of that coaching. So it helped me a lot. And Arun Sharma book, obviously, to start as a base, level 1, level 2 is preferred.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I mean, you have rightly mentioned the name of the coaching, and many of the aspirants always talks about times and IMS mock test. They always say that take these two mock test if you want to prepare for CAT, because they are versatile in nature. You can practice. There are a lot of questions that, and the level of difficulties is also varying from coaching to coaching. So that's like a whole preparation. If you want to do, you should go with times and IMS actually. Yes.
Yeah.
And
So actually, what I found was IMS papers were very aligned towards the actual CAT paper, because their quant section and VARC section is so good. Even if you give sectional test of them, then it's a very good practice for you.
yeah, and now you have cleared your CAT, and you got a good percentile, and now you are expecting calls from IIMs, and that time you decided the make or break deal is your interview. It
Yeah.
is a deciding factor. Your obviously your score is matters. It scores always matters to get the call from IIMs, but to convert it in a actual uh, actual conversion of IIM. So it requires a rigorous practice. It requires a dedication and focus from candidate side, and especially on the part of interview actually. So tell us about your preparation journey for interview, and also tell us about your experience of IIM Sambalpur interview, and how it is different from other interview of kind.
Okay. So I think so from January onwards the call get started to get out.
Yeah.
So I was in my fifth semester and the calls get got out. So I decided to take my coaching was there for PI, but I also took an additional coaching for the PI preparation. So I took the coaching, and the first thing they told me to read newspapers daily so that you get connected with the real world, like what's going around. Because in any interview, they can ask you like what's going, what's the current affairs. So you should be very aware about that. And here I can say that as I am a fresher, so the only thing they can ask me about my academics, like past academics, and in college what I have studied, what projects I have done, what extra I have done, like why am I different from other candidates. So for that I first of all created my resume, I can say, for myself only. Like I was very active in my college as well. I had participated in many events. I was the head of events as well. So it is very important to show that how holistic you are as a person, because in an IIM they don't only want the students who are only curious to studies. They want students who can be a good manager, means who can manage everything and have a holistic view about everything.
Yeah.
So I took the additional coaching of personal interview, and in that coaching we used to have group discussions in every 3 to 4 days. Then PI used to happen every weekend. Saturday, Sunday, we used to give PI to our seniors and the mentors which were assigned to us. So basically, that was for personal interview, and I focused on my academics as well, like what I have studied in my college, like accountancy, economics, law. And I would suggest the aspirants to at least get two, three subjects on their tips. Like if the interviewer asks you which are your favorite subject and you name that, then after naming you can answer any questions from that subject. So you should be very aware. And I would also suggest to do not take college studies lightly. Study, because college studies are the thing. If you focus in your class, then 80 to 80% work is done when you focus in your class. So it's very important, because because I remember, as per I remember, in IIM Sambalpur interview, they asked one of my project which I did my undergraduation. Like it was a research project. So I was able to answer because I dedicatedly did the project, and I made a proper research book of 100 pages. So it helped me. And
Actually,
apart from that, yeah.
I mean,
And apart from that,
yeah.
accountancy, economics, law, these were my favorite subjects. So I had revised them before giving the interview. So yeah, it was and yeah. So basically, I belong to Madhya Pradesh. They also asked me the questions about Madhya Pradesh because I belong to Vidisha, and there is a place Sanchi Stoop, which is 7 kilometers away from my home. So they
Yeah.
also asked me about it because it is a World Heritage Site. So you should be aware about the location you are and everything.
Yeah. Actually, that's very much important. Actually, they also asked me in my IIMMUMBAI interview and about name the three important place from your area, from UP. So, or if possible, name some place like of very much important in your village if there is anything close to you. So that's very much
Very.
important for you to know. And if you can share something extraordinary that they don't know, and it is important there, so that's added a point to you that yes, this the person is well aware of his surrounding. And another thing is like I have an educated opinion about anything that is happening around you, that okay, this thing is happening, so why it is happening, what's the reason behind it, these kind of things. That's very important actually. And now after this interview you got selected in IIM Sambalpur. Congratulations to you on that. And now tell us about your past experience of IIM Sambalpur, and divide it into first 3 months and next 5 months, because you also know that there is difference between experience between first 3 months and last 5 months.
Okay. So when I entered the IIM and my parents left, then after that day, induction got started. And in induction, we barely used to get sleep of 2 to 3 hours. So in 1 week, I called my mom and said, MBA is not for me. I'm just leaving. Then after that, when you see your peers around, everyone is hustling, everyone is doing the same thing, then you get motivated for the same. Then after that, there is term one, new subject get introduced to you. You have to work for your clubs and committee, which committee you have to go. Then there are interviews, extempos, GDPI, everything is like so. Case competition got introduced to us, and we were like, what to do, what to prioritize, what to not. 3 months like vanished out like in no time. It was like what happened in first term. So that happened. Then after 3 months, actually the pressure of work is that only, but you get accompanied with the circumstances and with the environment that you do not feel pressured and you're used to that things. So
Yeah.
after 3 months, that only happened. There were projects, there were exams, there were clubs and committee work, but we were prepared for the same. Then after 3 months, you get used to the work, and now you know what to prioritize when. So it helps you a lot. Then
Yeah.
looking back, yesterday, so I'll tell you now. I have a paper tomorrow. I have a quiz tomorrow. Then I have a presentation as well, and I have to submit my project as well. So after the interview, I have to sit whole night, I guess. But now I am very, you can say relaxed, because I know how to do and when to do, and I know this is the life here. So
Yeah.
yeah, so our first 3 months might be difficult, but after that, you'll enjoy this life, and obviously you'll miss out after 2 years. This life is very good.
Yeah, actually, you are going to miss this thing. And coming from me, I'm in second year, and we have only 25 days left. So I can surely tell you that yes, you are going to miss this part. So enjoy this life. And what happens after 3 months? Na? What I think that in 3 months you are go through like when somebody try to make a pot, so they have to beat that pot like so to make sure that it is strong enough to handle the pressure of corporate. So that 3 months does the same job with every single one of them. You are going to see that everyone is hustling around. Then you relate that okay, I'm not alone in this journey, everybody is with us. So if you are going to play along smartly, you're gonna get through it and you are going to get a good SIP. After getting SIP, everything is going to be like relaxed. I mean, the work is still the same, but you will feel relaxed after because it's a bit more pressure actually.
Yeah, hundred
And
percent agree with you.
yeah, and all those presentation and all, they in that 3 months they taught us that how to prioritize, how to time management and everything. And the next question that is there that tell us this experience. What are the tricks or suggestions that you have for them if they are preparing for CAT or if they are preparing for the interview of IIM Sambalpur? What are the advice that is there from?
Okay, so speaking from my personal experience, the first thing is consistency. As I have mentioned, even though if you study for 1 to 2 hours, but study daily. So consistency is very important. Secondly, in try to find your weak area in starting of 2 to 3 months. Like when you start to prepare for CAT, then try to find which is your weak area, so that after the months left, you can focus on your weak areas. Like if you are not good at quants, then try to find the topics like arithmetics or geometry which you can focus upon. It's not necessary to study everything. It's necessary what you study like if you get a question from it, you can do it. The
Yeah,
my strategy was that only the topic I am studying, so I should be very thorough with it.
yeah,
And the third thing is be relaxed. Take it like it's a very famous quote. Journey is more beautiful than destination. So
yeah,
enjoy the journey. Whatever happens for good only. And be relaxed at D-Day, because I did that mistake of getting anxious. So do not get anxious on the D-Day. It's just an exam. It will
yeah.
get good.
Yeah, actually, I mean that was wonderful suggestions from you. Actually, getting relaxed at that point of time where you know that this 2-3 hours is going to change your entire journey. Actually, so that's very much important for you to to relax in that point of time. And with that, I think we come across. We are now concluding this entire interview. So I would like to thank you, Priyal, to join us here and share your valuable experience with us. And if you have any feedbacks to share with us, you can share with us.
Yeah, thank you, Anand. It was great talking to you. And yeah, it was a very great experience.
So, guys, this concludes the interview over here. If you have any question, feel free to write those questions in a comment. And if you like the video, do like this video and subscribe to GIBS. And that's all from our side. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye then. Jai Hind.